welcome back to the Patrick Whitfield Show. We are going to wrap up Conference Championship Week, go over college football a little bit before we get to the NFL. As Florida International beats Houston, Utah State absolutely kills Boise State, Eastern Michigan beats Bowling Green, Baylor beats Iowa State, Arkansas beats Appalachian State, UCF beats Tulsa, San Jose State beats Air Force, Georgia beats LSU, UCLA beats Nebraska, and Clemson beats Miami. Taking a look at some All-Americans, Brown, Jaden Hart, Elijah Davis, Kendrick Lanier, the second, Ray Joseph, Ryan Sims, Matt Reagan, Alvin Wendell, Isaiah, Zach Rice, Francis, Kobe Collins, Marquise Lightfoot, KJ Sampson, Terrence Green, don't know how to say that, Ben Roberts, Anthony Hill, a couple other guys. Second team, Aiden Childs, Corbin Cottle, Morgan Hemby, Michael Parks, Cameron Bates, TJ Moore, and a bunch of other guys as well. Freshman, Cordell Jeffrey, redshirt freshman, Kobe Eugene, a true freshman, Sal Spice, redshirt, Elijah McGahee, redshirt, Theo Ellington, a couple other redshirt guys, Pat Dawkins, Pat Levi, Eric Vasquez. So all these guys are redshirt except one guy. And that is Cordell Jeffrey. Sorry, I meant Kobe Eugene. But award winners. Player of the Year, Lenore Sales, followed by Aiden Childs, Joshua Hopkins. Head Coach of the Year, Marcus Brooks, after leading Utah State to a 13-0 season and back-to-back conference titles in two different conferences. He deserves it. Best quarterback, Sellers. Best defensive player, Joshua Hopkins, followed by Garrison McNeil and Devon Jackson, and then Travion Ford as well. Best defensive back, Aaron Flowers and Chase Davis, the dynamic safeties at Utah State, followed by a buttload of Georgia guys, a couple of Nebraska guys as well. Best running back, Roger Robinson the second, followed by Corbin Cottle, a couple of other guys. Kobe Eugene, the only underclassman on this list. Best wide receiver, Ryan Sims. Joshua Hopkins wins the best defensive lineman / Lombardi. Golden Arm, Childs wins it. Defensive end, Hopkins wins it as well as teammate Andrew Daly, not too far behind. Interior lineman, Wendell Moon. Tight end, Lawson Licky wins it as well, and then his backup wins it as well. Dom Vaughn, the defensive coordinator, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but defensive coordinator for Utah State, followed by George Sparks, the OC at Utah State as well. Best linebacker, Devon Jackson. Best center for Cincinnati, Peyton Woodring from Georgia, and Jackson Ross from Tennessee. Checking out leading guys in terms of stats around the nation, Emory Williams leads the nation in passing, followed by Alessio and Jaden Mandel. The two guys over 4,000 yards. Braylon Dotson not too far behind. In terms of passing touchdowns, Cordell Jeffrey with 44, only 8 interceptions. Nate Bennett, 44 touchdowns as well. 42 from Ricky Collins, 42 from Braden Singletary, Aiden Childs with 41 as well. In terms of the interceptions, Tucker had 19, Dennis had 18, 18 as well. A couple of other guys as well, 17 as well. In terms of rushing, Jaden Hart had 16. Hemi had 14. Robinson II had 14. Fletcher Jr. had 13. Eugene had 13. In terms of rushing yards, Davis, Baxter, Hart, Hawkins, Ralph, Smith, and Cottle all hit 1,000 yards. Receiving, receptions-wise, Arrington, he did his thing. Nearly doubled the amount of catches compared to everybody in the nation. And in terms of receiving yards, many thousand yards. Bates, Miller, Sims, Sampson Jr., Allen, Lanier, Arrington, Greathouse, Rice, Coleman, Blood, Marsh, Skeeb, Quickly, Hooks, Jameis, many thousand-yard receivers. Receiving touchdowns, Moore, Fox, Perks, Villar, Johnson, Jameis, Bates, up there. Defense. Farrah led the nation with 92 tackles, followed by Bowman, 111 tackles and 102 tackles for a loss. Aaron Flowers led the nation with 10 tackles for a loss. Sacks, 21 sacks for Garrison McNeil. Maybe he got robbed of best defensive end, followed by 15.5. Don't know why they're not showing any of our guys' stats. The 5 picks by Trey Porter, Dwight Boot, Hamilton, and a couple of other guys as well. Okay, looking at coaches. Dustin, a couple of other offensive coordinators got fired. Many other coordinators got fired as well. We're going to take a look at head coaches. So, many of the coaches were fired. D. White went to the NFL. We'll find out where he went, where he's rumored to go. Michigan, Texas A&M, Missouri, Penn State, they're all huge. Monty Jenkins. He hired Lou Linsley, the new head coach at Michigan, former alma mater, Penn State. Mike Porter went to Oklahoma. Steve Jackson, the former Buffalo Bulls and Baylor Bears, who won the conference championship, went to Texas A&M, former coaching staff with Marcus Brooks. Marcus Coleman is now the new Georgia Tech. Eric Hunter, Wisconsin. Luke Smith, Ole Miss. John Kerry, Robert Brandy, Greg Lynn, Greg Malone, Eric Mason, Devin, James Turner, Dalton Coffey as well. In terms of OCs, Mr. Jude Price went to the NFL, and Robin Zebs retired at, well, I don't want to say at 29, but a couple of other guys like Chase Colombo, other former head coaches became offensive coordinators, and then defensive coordinators. Jeff Singleton went to the NFL as well, along with Javier Bayless and Todd Malone. And then Dom Vaughn, who won the Bryles Award, is now the DC at Wisconsin as well. And Chuck Cummings is the new defensive coordinator at BYU. Then a couple of other guys as well. Also, Marcus Brooks signed a 5-year extension now. We don't know for how much, but he's going to be staying for a while now. Can we take a look at the NFL? The Bills went 4-13. Cincinnati 6-11. Cleveland 6-11. 9-8 for Pittsburgh. 13-4. 11-6. 9-8. 8-9. 11-6, 10-7, 7-10, 5-12. As season stats, Joe Burrow looks like he led the league. In terms of passing yards, was Joe Burrow, followed by Mr. Dakota, J.J. McCarthy doing his thing, Jordan Love, Mahomes, Anthony Richardson, Quentin Ewers did his thing. He threw a lot of touchdowns, but Bo Nix threw 19 picks. Holy shnikes. But Kyler Murray threw 23. Dylan Gabriel, 23. Watson had 20. Nix, Richardson, Sam Howell, Prescott, Mayfield, May, all the above. Rushing, Ollie Gordon, he did his thing. Josh Jacobs, a couple of other guys. Ollie Gordon dominated. Receiving, Justin Jefferson did his thing. Puka Nacua, Chase, Ridley, Williams, Reed, Lamb, Rice, Downs, Nico Collins, Godwin, Smith, Higgins, a couple of other guys. 25 receiving touchdowns is insane. 21. Whoa. Defense, tackles, 149. Sacks, Crosby had 23 because that makes sense. And then 8 picks. So look for the Jaguars, Commanders, and Saints to go after the Oklahoma head coach in terms of head coaches. We take a look. A couple of DCs got fired, Jerron Mayo got fired, and Dennis Allen as well. So we'll quickly break down the playoff bracket as the Cowboys took care of business. Packers took care of the Eagles in a shootout, and then a close game against the Vikings. Vikings beat the Cardinals and Cowboys. Meanwhile, Chiefs got upset by the Jets, and they also beat the Ravens. While the Raiders took care of the Dolphins and the Colts, and then the Raiders absolutely blew out the Jets. So Mac Jones is leading them. Now I did this season before Devontae Adams got traded, so he's still a Raider. But it also helps that they have the Ohio State Raider. But literally, you look at the team, yeah, Brock Bowers is a beast, but really other than that, Max Crosby, their defensive line's pretty good. And then Dexter Samuel, they're not the best. And the Packers, you got Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, some good wideouts, good young. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. But I guess next episode we'll break down the Super Bowl and the NFL offseason, and then also the college football offseason, and who gets drafted and whatnot. Very interesting to see what it's going to be.